Hello, hello. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope your Friday is going well. Mine is just getting started, so I have not made a conclusion on whether it's a good Friday or not. But this is always a good way to kick off my weekend, actually, is jump on the live stream, do what needs to be done in ROK, say hello to the chat, and let's just talk about whatever is on people's minds as it relates to ROK, gaming, and anything else. We will do Champions of Olympia later. There are some Heroic Anthem KVKs that have some decent action in them. We need to test out this new patch and see everything the new patch has to offer. I saw the trust system yesterday and the day before, but haven't played around too much with the rest of it. Haven't played around with multi-dispatch. I saw a bit of the battle reports, but I don't think I completely understand what's different or significant about these new battle reports. I think they're just going to put more fighting results in a single report, and then all those fighting results will get summarized, which is cool. And as I'm doing this barb keep, let me share this link out to the relevant discords. And if you do get on, do me a favor and throw a like on the stream. Let's see if I can multitask. Let's see if I can keep progressing on this barb fort while sharing out this stream. I'm going to make it slightly more difficult because I'm actually going to paste some text along with the link, but let me take this one step at a time here. All right. So I will share it with the Alliance first. I guess this barb fort is honestly pretty trivial at this point. I always get this thing cleared, even if no one came to help me, which was the case today, by the way. And let me just advance over here and then share this out in the official ROK Discord. I'll just give a real simple description. Going live on a Friday night. Easy, easy. It's definitely quiet here in the Handsome Devils today. I sent out a notification 20 minutes ago that, hey, I'm going to do this barb keep if anybody wants to join me. Put a marker in the game. And I think for the first time since I've been doing these on Friday nights, nobody joined me. And I guess that makes sense because this is the first live stream I'm doing where we're back in the home kingdom. And people are definitely taking some time off from the game. Although we did, oh, shout out to Duke. Shout out to Duke, who not only migrated back to 770, but dropped a gold chest. Dropped a couple of gold chests. And, yeah, appreciate the 15-hour speeds. Awesome. But yeah, we're in the off season. And we're just going to see what kind of migration we can get. We've had a couple good players join the Handsome Devils. Duke came back. And then we also got a player from Peak. They were in I think 1306. They were in the Peak Alliance. And they migrated here the other day. Yeah, I eat calves. They're just ahead of me in kill points, but this is a new migrant as well. So, very happy to have them here. And very happy to have Duke back. But we had a couple other migration possibilities. I was hearing sort of in the ether about the potential of a couple of groups to come here. But neither of them, I guess both of those kind of fizzled out. One decided to stay where they are, and the other decided to migrate elsewhere. So we're kind of in... I mean, we are recruiting, right? The Handsome Devils are recruiting. We're a 4-star alliance in a 2 alliance A kingdom. We just won a very impressive KVK against 1818 and 1903. We're just a very, very strong English-speaking kingdom, right? Very good players, a robust and experienced leadership team. And we are recruiting. If you have over 2 million KP or 2 billion KP, if you have over, let's say, 13 million deads, then, and you're looking for a change of pace in Rise of Kingdoms, then definitely consider us. Because we are as strong as we have ever been, and we do have some open spots for very good players. Oh my gosh, this XY is really taking it right now. This XY is really taking it. Thank you all for the likes. Appreciate it. We might also have a coaching session later on in the stream. My old friend Jay has been gifted a friend's account. And so Jay is back playing Rise of Kingdoms. And he asked me to look over his account, and basically he thought it would be a good content idea for us to just sort of talk about his account, talk about what he should do with it, what commanders he should build. That seemed like a really good idea to me. So if Jay has time later tonight, he is going to jump on, and we can do, we'll take a look at his account and just sort of go over like what he wants to do, what commanders he wants to build. I think it'll be a pretty interesting, it'll be an interesting conversation, because there are some actual decisions to be made right now. As far as like, what cav do you build first? Do you wait for new imp? You kind of have to go by the combinations that you have, right? Like if you already have a full archer march, then maybe Zoog is a little bit less interesting. But if you have a weak archer march, or if you have, you know, like 3 cav commanders, if you have a full archer march and 3 cav commanders, then maybe it would make sense to build Huo before Zoog. I mean, probably not, but if you can go from 1 cav march to 2 cav marches, and you already have the 1 archer march, that can maybe make sense. So we'll try to discuss that with Jay later. Stompy, welcome to the stream. He says, was a tough call not migrating to your KD after KVK. If it weren't for all my friends here, it would have been a no-brainer. But it's tough to leave people behind after playing 2+ years together. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. And yeah, Stompy, I'm glad somebody did reach out to you as far as recruiting. I think we slacked a little bit on contacting people who we were interested in the last KVK. I know that Addy put out a list. He made a list of like, oh, these people look interesting based on stats. Does someone want to reach out to these people? And we had maybe 2 or 3 days to do it. And I just did not get around to contacting any of those people. And I'm not sure that too many other officers did either. Nero, welcome. Owen, welcome to the stream. Hope you all are doing well on this Friday. Really glad to get going with the stream. It might take me a little bit of time to warm up here, but we will get it going. Oh, it was Addy who reached out to you, Stompy. Okay, that's cool. That's good that he did some of that. Yeah, I mean, after the KVK that we had, I do think we probably dropped the ball a little bit on recruiting. That's not anyone's fault. I mean, that can be my fault as much as anyone's. Maybe in some of the videos that I did during the KVK, maybe I should have mentioned that we were recruiting. But it was just like such a good win, and I also live streamed so much of it. I'm now doing videos for it. This music is a little bit loud. Let me just turn it down a little bit. Actually, let me just skip this song. That's probably the best thing to do. Yeah, it's like we had such a good KVK. We had actual, you know, YouTube coverage of it. And that's just like a really good opportunity to get some good players into the kingdom. And we didn't really do that. You know, we got a couple. But I don't think the Koreans really recruited too many people either. I'll be honest, the best recruitment pitch that I can make to anyone is this. We are a very, very lean kingdom right now. I mean, we are very, very lean right now. So if you want to join a kingdom that is going to have some degree of diplomatic control or matchmaking control over their next KVK, then come to 770. I think if we want a really hard KVK, we can get it. I think if we want a semi-tough, semi-rest KVK, we can probably get that too. Just because based on our power, I think we're pretty low. You know, I think we're very, very mid-A right now. So most likely we would get matched up against non-Imperiums. Or maybe we would get like a good campmate if we are matched up against a much bigger kingdom. So we're quite lean, but part of being lean means you didn't do a big migration. And yeah. It's just, it doesn't work one-to-one. That's the weird thing, is that it just doesn't work one-to-one. You would think that after having a really good KVK win, that you would get that big migration right then. But that has generally not been the case with us. We've gotten our clutch migrations kind of randomly. After we won the 2 versus 6 Strife of the 8, the Koreans did have a very good migration after that. That's when where's Benny? Well, that's when like White Castle migrated here. That's when YOLO migrated here. That's when Benny migrated here. That whole group. That's when Haru Koi migrated here. That group migrated after the 2 versus 6 Strife of the 8 win. So that was like a huge migration for the Koreans. But then our big migration came after our rest KVK. And And then the Koreans' other big migration came after a loss. Like, we lost in Heroic Anthem. And then people like, I think that's when Tur migrated in. I think that might be when Mamba migrated in. And then a bunch of other people as well. I'm not quite sure when Klopp migrated in. Or when this person migrated in. Anyway, it's not one-to-one. Cherry, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. Hope you had a good Friday. We are just chilling, talking Rise of Kingdoms, clicking all the buttons we need to click for the daily stuff. Let me quickly request Duke and start training some troops here, actually. I mean, the grind does not stop, but the grind does have some mistakes along the way. I basically logged into the game at a minute after the day ended, and I had you know, level 2 troops waiting for me to be completed. And then yesterday was Vicious Heart. I'm sure it was Vicious Heart for everyone. So I could have, if I had logged in 5 minutes earlier, I could have clicked these troops, completed the training, and gotten all the Vicious Heart quests done, which would have been something like 13 hours of speed-ups. I basically lost 13 hours of training speed-ups by not clicking these buttons in time. And that's about 360 gems, right? That's 360 gems that I just left on the table. I'm also leaving gems on the table by not training anything in the blacksmith here. And, you know, 360 gems is not that big of a deal, but it's not nothing. It's not nothing. So I was a little bit slacking on that, but thank you, Cherry. Thank you. Cherry saying that I have the sexiest voice when I talk. It's interesting because last night I was transcribing a group of gamers basically, and all right, so I'm gonna like change this slightly so that I can actually get this done tomorrow. Anyway, I was transcribing a group of gamers, and this guy had like a very deep voice, right? Very, very, very deep, sort of impressive sounding voice, like me, I guess. But he just could not talk. He just wouldn't. He was like afraid to make a point. He would say "you know" constantly. He would say "like" constantly. He would almost never complete a sentence. He would just always couch and caveat everything by saying "you know" and "like" and interrupting one thought to start another thought. And it just made me think, is the deep voice is it like fake? Is it fake? Is it pretending to be like a really impressive person when you're actually not? Or is it just natural? And to be honest, it's probably a combination of both. It's honestly a combination of both. I think with me, the deep voice is a bit of a put on. Maybe. Or it's just genetic and sort of what you grew up hearing. Because my brother does have the exact same voice as me. But I don't know, I was just like listening to this nerd's fake voice, or this nerd's deep voice, and I was like, you know what, the deep voice is not everything. You actually have to be able to back it up. Because I'll be honest, I don't even look like my voice. Like, whatever you guys are, like, Stompy saying that I am Morgan Freeman's alter ego, like, let's put it this way, I don't look like Morgan Freeman. Juan Zen, welcome to the stream. Algebra, welcome to the stream. Zombie says, are you guys as bummed as me about the 2 new Cav commanders? Justinian seems not viable open field, and Huo seems as squishy as XY with weird mechanics. Stupid 30-second thing. I'm pretty excited about the new Cav commanders, honestly. You know, I think that... Well, let's start with Justinian, because I think Justinian is the easier of the 2. Which apparently I got 3 Justinian heads last week, I didn't even notice. But anyway, the thing about Justinian is that his reports have been very good so far. In Osiris League testing. I have not seen him in actual rallies. I've not seen him in actual fighting yet. But I mean, there are some KVKs going on now. We will check in on a couple heroic anthems later. But to me, Justinian looks to be, you know, if there's no swarming whatsoever, it looks to me like Justinian is the best rally in the game. Justinian Nevsky looks to be the best damage doing trading rally in the game. And it also seems to be, it's almost certainly going to be the best rally against Dido Hera. So, to me, this makes the Cav rally meta better than it has been in a long time. I'm excited to build Justinian. Because there are times in KVK where you can, like, protect against the swarm. Like, we had many situations against 1818, which is like a super strong kingdom. We had many situations where they were not swarming our rally. We just had a clean rally against their flag. I mean, Whisper was running Nevsky Joan rallies. Whisper ran a few XY Nevsky rallies. One of my streams shows XY Nevsky rallies being run against a Dido flag. So I mean, with Justinian, I just think there's going to be plenty of opportunities to use him. I think he'll also be usable in Ark of Osiris. So I mean, I'm happy with Justinian. I guess the question mark is Huo. But again, for me, he's just an obvious upgrade to XY. And so, as somebody who runs 3 cavalry marches, the Huo upgrade to XY is going to be really good for me. Huo Williams seems to do really, really well. I mean, if you look at the Osiris League stats. Oh, and we are going to also go over Osiris League bets later, right? So there's plenty to do on this stream. We have plenty scheduled. I didn't necessarily schedule it ahead of time, but as things are going, I'm noting that there's plenty to do and plenty to talk about on this stream. But yeah, I mean, if you look at Osiris League, you will see that Huo Williams shows up pretty high. Like, he shows up pretty high on this list. Like, more people. So, Boudica Artemisia has been a meta archer march for a long time, and Huo just came out, but Huo was already used more often in the middle than Boudica Artemisia. Now, there can be a few reasons for that, because sometimes Boudica is getting used with other commanders, obviously, right? So Boudica Honda is getting used more than Artie in Arc, because like the mid-fight needs that sort of well, I just assume Honda has like better AoE than Artemisia, like a more damaging AoE. And I think there's some merit to just going heavy attack in middle and just nuking down your enemy very quickly, which is maybe why XY William actually appears more often than Nevsky Joan. Actually, the reason XY William appears more often is because a lot of people are running Joan Nevsky. They're running the Joan primary in Arc. Anyway, just kind of interesting. So to me, Huo is like an obvious upgrade. Like, we already know that Huo is an upgrade. The only question and the only thing that I will caution people about is I would probably leave Huo at 5-5. See, I probably shouldn't have. I should not have. I wish I had not opened this last skill yet. I think there's just some questions about whether this fourth skill, especially expertise, is any good. I think the real question is around the expertise. Because the expertise, like the autumn wind effect that you get with the expertise, is what resets the rage. The resets the rage, the buffs, and the debuffs. So I think there's some question about whether you should actually expertise Huo. I would not expertise Huo right now. I would let the top kingdoms in the game do a bit more meta testing on it. And then their knowledge will pass down to the rest of us. But Stompy asks, will I bench XY? Well, so here's the thing. Like, here's to me is the demonstration of why Huo is good. I am not going to be able to build Huo before the next KVK. Because the situation I'm in now is that I have 340 gold heads. We have maybe like 40 days until we start fighting again. If I assume that I'm getting 7 gold heads per day, then that's going to be 280 gold heads. So 280 plus 340, that's 620, right? But I'm also going to win a Justinian MGE, so that's another 180 heads. So basically I will have 800 heads for the next KVK. I will be able to max Justinian with 690 of those heads. But I also still have to max Zug. I still have to put about 225 gold heads into Zug. So I will not have Huo for the next KVK. And what that means is that 1, I will have to run XY William again. Okay, like that's fine, but Huo William would be better. And 2, it means that for my 5th March, I'm going to once again have to run the Attila Takeda. So instead of using XY Mechmed as my 5th March, I'm going to use Attila Takeda instead. And I think XY Mechmed is definitely better than Attila Takeda. But because I don't have Huo, I won't be able to do that. So no, I'm not going to bench XY. XY is simply going to get paired with somebody else. And I'm going to bench Attila Takeda. And I think there are plenty of people in the game who are like me, where we don't have 5 meta marches. I mean, part of the reason I don't have 5 meta marches is because I'm a garrison player. And so I've had to build just endless, pointless garrison commanders since I started playing this game. I mean, look at all these gold heads of commanders that I'm not going to use anymore. I might use Jadwiga from time to time. Maybe I'll use YSS, but almost never, right? So, I'll never use Xeno, never use YSS, I'll never use Theo, I'll never use Constantine, I'll never use Richard, I'll never use Charles, and I put gold heads into all of these commanders for garrison reasons. I might not ever even use Flavius again. So my open field is way behind someone who's played as long as I have. And Huo is just an upgrade to my open field. Now, as far as the rest of this patch, what did I want to check? Alright, so it looks like the commanders are new every single day. And I just haven't really figured out how I want to upgrade these trust levels. I don't even know what the strategy is. What is even the strategy of using these apples? Do you max 1 commander quickly? Or what? Or do you kind of do you spread it out, spread the apples out, and put it on commanders gradually? I mean, I guess you just do it based on what emoji you want. And the only thing Oh, so these are animated emojis. These are new animated emojis? Is that what's going on? Is that what's going on? Yeah, this is what I wondered about. Okay, so it's a because I love that I have the sunglasses cool double C emoji. But it looks like more people are going to get the sunglasses now. It's going to be different. It's going to be animated. But I guess you just do this based on what emoji you want. Which I don't even know what emoji I want. Knight, welcome to the stream. So anyway, I mean this trust, so yeah, this trust system is in the game. I guess you just look at what emoji you want to get. Does Kuso have trust? No. Utica doesn't have trust. But Scipio has trust. What the heck? I think Joan has trust. Knight says it will be fun and hilarious to annoy people now because it's animated. I mean, these emojis are pretty strong in terms of being animated. It's pretty cool. But I'm just not sure which one I want. I wish there was a way to see all the commanders that have trust. You know, trust options to them. Does Alex have one? No. Does Artemisia have one? No. Anyway, the trust system is whatever. Who cares? Who cares? Let me just feed. Let me feed Scipio here. If I can click on him. What happens if I do that? Nothing happens. I can just talk to him again. Legit, welcome to the stream. Sorry the notification didn't work. Did the notification work for anybody else? It looked like it didn't, honestly. It was like very slow. People joined the stream like very, very slowly. For the first like 5 minutes, I think there was maybe 2 people here. Go to sitting, you will find it in emoji sitting. Go to sitting. Oh, go to settings. Oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you. Yeah, so which of these is good? I don't need this one, right? I mean, I already have cool double C. Oh, this one looks good. Oh, that's a good one. This is a good one. Oh, this one's kind of cool too. The Sundiak one is pretty good also. This is the Sun Tzu yawning is definitely really high on the troll game rankings. The Sun Tzu yawning is really high on the troll game rankings. Owen says the notification works for him. That's good. Knight says, I wish they had an emoji where it breaks the fourth wall, like YSG looking into your soul. These, I would say these all sort of break the fourth wall, because like, it's not as if Sun Tzu is yawning because the game itself is boring. That's not why they created this emoji. They're not trying to make Sun Tzu yawn about the game itself. Sun Tzu is yawning because of like how your opponent is playing, basically. So actually, these are pretty good. I'm gonna be honest, these are pretty good. These are pretty good emojis. I would either go Sun Tzu first, or Cleopatra first, or maybe Seondak. But I'm kind of thinking I mean, everyone's gonna make Sun Tzu. Everyone will make Sun Tzu. This one's pretty good too, actually. The Minamoto. Like the Minamoto is just all purpose. Like you could just use it. You could just be standing there with the Minamoto. Whatever could be happening, something good or bad could be happening. And you just throw this Minamoto out there and scare the crap out of people. So I'm kind of liking the Mina, actually. Kind of like the Mina. Check out the Lohar one. Yeah, I could use something like this also. My whole thing is like when an enemy does something questionable, I don't actually want to point it out. You know what I mean? Like if the enemy is doing something dumb, for the most part, I don't want to throw this out. The only time in the last KVK that I threw out the question mark emoji was when we had just done something. What had we just done? Oh, it's when we got our fort up, right? When D dropped our fort and we actually got it up, which is like a great live stream, by the way. Nobody watches it, but it was a great live stream. When we got our D fort up, 1818 then did a fort drop like deep in our territory. And it was like doomed to fail. There was like no way it was going to succeed because we were just very quickly able to flag to it. And I saw Cigar King in the field. I was fighting Cigar King in the field. And I did throw a question mark emoji out at him at that point. Because it was just like, what's going on here? What are you guys doing? Like, this isn't going to work. Why'd you try to do this? This is not going to work. So, I mean, I threw a question mark out for something like that. But I would never question... When the enemy is like actively doing something stupid, I'm not going to throw a question mark out and let them know that we think it's stupid. Kumquat says, I like my Justinian. KL opening in 1 week. So excited to use him. Wally, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. Everybody be sure to throw a like on the... be sure to throw a like on the stream if you're just getting here. Let me actually use some of my... let me use some of my AP here, actually, because I just noticed I'm at full AP. And the title of the stream is something like Preparing the Kingdom for War. And here I am sitting here with full AP. So let me go ahead and send my gatherers out and use some of this AP on some 1+1 forts. Yep, even my farm has troops waiting to be completed. Has max resources. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a late start today. Definitely getting a late start here. But for those who are new to the game, what I'm doing right now, because you're gonna see in a second, you're gonna see that Brian Kuh 1 has also launched a rally. You'll see that in just 1 second here. There we go. And then you're going to see my alt join. Oh, well, actually, it happened so quick that you didn't even see it. My cities are so close together that they literally reinforce each other instantly. But anyway, you can see that my alt has joined my main account's rally. And my main account is going to join my alt's rally. And then we're going to do forts. You can do forts with just, with just 2 marches. And we will get... Oh, alliance is full? Alright, let's kick somebody. Yeah, so these are always the very difficult decisions about who you kick. Actually, what we should do is we should kick someone who's been offline. Oh, it looks like these people already got kicked. Porter, Barong. Are they still in here? Porter and Barong. So Porter's still here, but it's been offline for 7 days. Alright, I know what I'm gonna do. I just want Aiden to see that she is the lowest power, but I am kicking Yasi instead. Because Aiden is my friend, and she's very important to the king or to the alliance. So I'm looking out for her. I just wanted that on the record, on the video record. Because, you know, me and Aiden, we argue from time to time. We argue sometimes, you know. We're both high-ranking officers in D. She's more allied to Adinavo than she is to me. And so, Aiden and we do argue from time to time. But it's been nice and peaceful lately, so we'll give Yasi the boot. Wally, yes, this is my main. I'll show you my kill points. I've got 6.5 billion KP and 30 million deads. A respectable number of resources gathered. A respectable number of helps. I would say a very good number of barb kills at 266,000. It's not crazy. This is not a crazy number, especially because my account is very, very old. But I think this is respectable and shows that I've been chaining a lot of barbs in the last year or so. Owen says, yeah, I watched that 4 drop and made 0 sense. Yeah, it was just like one of those things, right? It was, yeah, it was, I think they were just trying something. I think at that moment they realized that they were in kind of bad shape, and so they just kind of made a desperation play. And I think part of the reason they did it was because they had the numbers advantage, right? Like when we finally got our fort, well, actually, let me, I'm gonna just talk about this for like a second, because it's kind of like a really good stream, honestly, that no one ever watches. But, yeah, let me just bring this up while I talk about it, because Owen said he is watching this. Yeah, so 1 second. Oh, I've got all these ads. I've got these freaking ads on, where are we? Okay. Yeah, so like when we were dropping this fort, we dropped this fort like kind of late in the last KVK, and I was streaming it. And basically, here, where can I show the fort? We're north of the fort this whole time. Here's the fort, right? So they were rallying this fort, and we did get it up. We barely got this thing up in time. But at the end of this, like when this fort was finished, it was clear that the enemy had more numbers online than we did. And so I think the reason that they dropped that fort that we're talking about is just because they had numbers and they needed to do something. And so they just were like, well, we have the numbers advantage, maybe this will work. But at the end of the day, when you're having to do barb fort rallies to shuttle your troops to the front line, and we're just having to build some flags and then teleport our cities right next to the target, it doesn't matter if you have slightly more numbers than we have. We're still gonna destroy the fort you try to build. If you click their profile, then Alliance, it brings you to their spot on the Alliance list. If you click their profile, and then Alliance, it brings you to their spot on the Alliance list. Oh, from the inactive list. But you can remove people from here. Let's see, can I remove Barong? Looks like he's already removed, maybe? Looks like he's already removed. HDT, welcome to the stream. Catacat, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you all here. We are going to be going over Osiris League bets. We are going to be playing Champions of Olympia. We might look in on a couple of Heroic Anthem KVKs. And, yeah, that's kind of the plan for tonight. Alright, so what I want to check... Oh, you know what? I screwed up. What I really want to check is I want to check this multi-dispatch thing out. Like, how does this work? Like, how does the multi-dispatch work exactly? Has anyone really tried it out? To see if, Oh, you know what? I'll just go on an alt. Let's go on an alt and do this. Where's the freaking gold pit? Okay, let me just go on an alt real quick and test out this multi-dispatch thing. Okay, it says it's stuck on 4 marches for some reason. Yeah, we really need a like a big time KVK to try out some of this stuff. I know that a lot of Heroic Anthems are going to be going into Kingsland very soon. Like a big clump of Heroic Anthem KVKs are all at the level 7 passes right now. So I think we're going to have some Kingsland fights over the weekend. And then we'll be able to see a bit of how multi-dispatch works. And we'll be able to see how Justinian does in a real fighting situation. All right, so let's try this multi-dispatch out here on a little coup. All right, so multi-select. All right. All right, so let me All right, let me just set up some presets here and we'll test this out. Yeah, okay, so okay. Yeah, I just kind of want to see what the delay is on this multi-dispatch and whether it's going to be an issue or not. All right, so multi-select. We can select all of these. And then let's see how quickly they all come out. 1 apple, 2 apple, 1 apple, 2 apple, 1 apple, 2 apple, 3 apple, 1 apple, 2 apple. So it's like 2.5 seconds maybe? It's maybe like 2.5 seconds. Riley says, so far Justin isn't too good. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, he's swarmable. Like, the thing about Justin is that he's swarmable, and so... yeah, it's going to be niche use. I think I said last week, or I either said it or thought it, that I still think Henry Zug is the best rally in the game. I do think Henry Zug is still the best rally, for sure. It's just so much better against Swarm. And it's so much better when you're fighting underneath a flag. But yeah, we'll see. I just think Justinian's going to have uses. I just really think Justinian will have uses. But let's look at this multi-dispatch again. Because this is close, right? I mean, if they made the delay like slightly longer, if they made the delay 1 second longer, then this would definitely be totally fine. As the delay is, it's like, okay, you target this guy. So like the thing is, right? As you're pulling your other marches out, people are going to just like rain down on this first march that comes out. Like, and I think the micromanagement is also very hard. If you're the city hopper, right? If you're the city hopper and you're going to city hop this, this level 23 barb here, like the thing is, okay, fine, you get a few marches out, right? But people know you're gonna jump on them. They're kind of ready for it. They're targeting your first march already. And they're targeting that first march already, and you're still like, I guess it's automatically targeting things. Because I think ultimately you have to retreat that first march pretty quickly, right? I mean, I guess it's pretty strong. Only Farmer, welcome to the stream. I know Only Farmer has been testing some of this, or been streaming lately, so she might have a bit more of a feel for how good this multi-dispatch is going to be. I mean, I guess as I'm looking at it, it is going to be pretty strong for city hopping. It's not going to be perfect, and you can combat it by like being very well prepared for like this hop that's about to happen. But at the same time, there's all those moments where like people are walking past your city, and you just like city hop very profitably. And in those situations when people are just like walking past your city and not paying close attention, and they're not ready for your hop, I think in those situations, getting those 5 marches out really fast is going to be like powerful, like definitely powerful. I haven't really used it in barb chaining the last few days. That's good. That's good. The barb chaining is important for sure. So, I mean, look, this is definitely a huge quality of life increase, right? Being able to multi-pull out all your marches with a couple of clicks is such a huge quality of life change. Like, it's a big quality of life change. And based on the delay, I mean, because you can even do this for barbs, right? Like, it's even annoying to sometimes just spend that 1 minute pulling your marches out to kill barbs. But now you can just kill barbs like in a splash of a second, right? But I don't think it's gonna. Here's what I'm trying to say. Because of the delay, I don't think that this is going to ruin standing around a flag waiting for the rally to hit it, right? Because that's the meta, right? The meta is that you bring your ball to the flag, the rally comes, you reinforce the rally, and your marches around the flag prevent the enemy from attacking you, prevent the enemy from forming a ball. I think that will still work, because the people who try to city hop you with multi marches are gonna kind of get wrecked, right? They're gonna get targeted, right? Like, what I'm gonna do if I'm around a flag, right, with my marches, and I'm just like watching the rally hit, and I'm just like, you know, saying, hey, reinforce, everybody reinforce, do what you're gonna do, right? I'm gonna be moving around with my 5 marches, and I'm gonna be waiting for a city hopper. Like, I'm just gonna literally stand right outside this person's city, and I'm gonna be ready for them to do a multi-dispatch pull-out game on either me or one of my teammates. And as soon as they pull that first march out, I'm gonna target that first march with all of my marches, right? And then at that point, and what you could really do to mess them up is you could, instead of targeting the first march, you could target the second march, right? because the player is going to be ready to retreat that first march. But if you target the second march instead, they're going to get all discombobulated. They might retreat the first march and then be like, wait a minute, someone else is getting hit. And then they're going to be like, oh, I got to go target this Scipio and retreat this guy. You know, it's going to be a bit of a micromanagement mess for that player, for that city hopper. And city hopping will be more profitable than it used to be, but I don't think it's going to wreck the current meta. And on the other hand, you get a very nice quality of life change, right? It's a very, very nice quality of life change to be able to pull all your marches out at once. I can tell you from, editing a lot of videos, when I'm editing like a very intense fight, when I'm sort of like cleaning up the video to make it more, make it a better footage for the audience, the main thing that I edit out is I edit out me taking my marches out of the city. That's the main thing I edit out. And it's like actually like a really large part of the footage that takes place during war, because it takes a long time and you're doing it constantly. So this is a huge quality of life change. What I would do if I were Lilith is I would add another second of delay. You know, instead of making it a 2 to 2.5 second delay as you're pulling your marches out, I would make it a 3.5 second delay. I think that would be pretty perfect, actually. Because I'm going to be honest, this second march gets out really quick. And then it's almost longer. Like the third, fourth, and fifth marches, there's like a longer delay. But that second march gets pulled out very quickly. And so I would probably add just a slightly longer delay. That's something that Lilith absolutely can do. And they tend to be very iterative in the changes they make. They don't often go back and change things like, they don't really go back and change mechanics very often. But I mean, they've tweaked, they tweaked Crystal Tech, right? They made a big tweak to Crystal Tech back in the day. So based on player feedback, they could totally add a slightly longer delay to these marches getting pulled out. So I think like if they make the right changes, that this can be an extremely good addition to the game. If they just add a slightly longer delay, then this will be a very, very good quality of life change to the game. All right, Knight, I will check that out in a second. Let me just, since I'm here on Lil Kuh, let me go ahead and send these gatherers out. Farmer says I can try out the multi-dispatch next week during the pass opening. Oh yeah, I am sure that there will be a lot of testing of the multi-dispatch. I think the testing I did just now is the most basic testing that's going to occur. I think we're going to see the multi-dispatch being used every which way to Sunday over the next couple weeks, because there are a lot of people out there that want to get some easy KP. There are a lot of people out there that like the city hop. So we will definitely test this feature out quite thoroughly as a community. But I mean, it looks okay. I'm feeling okay about it. I think it's a little bit problematic right now. I think if they tweak it slightly, it will not be problematic in any way whatsoever. So it's pretty good, actually. But yeah, Farmer, I'm glad you're chaining, because I will say I think chaining does pay off. I added up my speed ups yesterday. Like last night, I added up my speed ups, and after going into Kingsland in let me tell you exactly how many days it's been. Let me tell you exactly how many days it's been. Because the thing that's nice is with all these videos that I make, I can actually like see the dates of like when everything happened, right? All right, so we went into Kingsland on July 13th. So basically a month ago. We went into Kingsland on July 13th. I had 200 days of speed ups going into Kingsland. As of last night, I have 468 days of speed ups. And so I'm recovering my speed ups fast enough for the next war. I'll probably have something like 700 to 800 days of speed ups for our next war, which will be enough to heal, and it will give me a chance to train some amount of troops and maybe get back to, I'll probably get that close to my 87 million power. I'll probably be at like 83, 84 million power during the next, when the next fighting starts. And I'll have enough days of speed ups to fight very comfortably. Oh, okay, so Knights is going against DVL. Okay. Alright, so Knights has got some good reports here. Because DVL is a very good kingdom. So this is the fort. This is the Knights. I really appreciate these reports. This is awesome. Alright, so this is straight from the front lines, right? This is 1252's camp, and they're going against DVL, which is a very good up-and-coming kingdom. So here's Nevsky Justinian against this Jan Hera garrison. There looks like there was a bit of a swarm. Not a huge swarm, but a bit of a swarm. Looks like the rains are... Looks like the rains are okay-ish, you know, okay-ish. I'm guessing this thing didn't get swarmed. I'm guessing the Nevsky Justinian did not get swarmed. And so this is a good report. Like, this is a very good report for the Nevsky, right? Farmer, we are gonna probably go back in a month or so. In a month or so. I'm gonna have to talk to Addy about whether I should not be saying that or not. I don't think I'm giving a lot away by saying that we're gonna probably register in a month, but yeah, that's our plan. That is our plan. All right, so we don't see the swarm on the rally here, but that's a very good report for the Justinian, I would say. But let's go through more of these. We have a bunch. We have a bunch. This was actually the KVK that I'm planning to look at later. So, all right, so here's Satan himself with the Flavius Hera. Satan's like a pretty big whale, I believe. So it seems to me like something probably happened here. Like, this is such a big drop that I wonder if there was a garrison captain issue here. Because this thing fell off the rails very, very quickly here. But let's look at the report. Yeah, another very good trade for the Nevsky Justinian. I mean, I think these reports are interesting, but I think these rains are so below average that these reports are not everything. Farmer has 381 days of speeds. Yeah. Yeah, so Farmer's struggling a little bit, right? Like, if I had 380 days of speeds and I was in KVK, I'd be a little bit nervous, right? I would have to chain barbs in like the start zone because I would just want to have more speed ups for the fight. Let's just keep going through these. I will try not to be too... All right, so again, the rains are very mediocre at best here. And the rally's just crushing it. Like, the rally just destroyed this garrison. The rally absolutely destroyed this garrison. Looks to be very good gear on this Cav. I'm not sure exactly how... Interesting skills here. Like, is it's kind of amazing that the Boudica 4th skill is actually the second best skill here for rallies. Pretty surprising. Sorry, I'm not good enough at looking at these stats to know if these are like amazing stats or what. Can we see the battle log? We can. I don't know if there's any like questions. I mean, if I were like really smart, I would know how to look through this and see how the swarming stuff works. But I think basically there's always a lot of swarm on. Oh, so what we can check is we can check if Nevsky's debuff is always 45%. So the garrison should always have a 45% defense reduction, at least whenever this is cast. At least whenever his active is cast. So let's keep going through these and see if we can see that 45% reduction all the time. Alright, so here's a... Oh, good lord. So here's a Xeno Flavius. It actually seemed to do better than the Flavius Hera. Okay, so the Xeno... This is interesting. The Xeno Flavius did better than the Flavius Hera. I would say this is mostly because the reinforcements are better, right? There was not a ton of swarm here. But that is interesting. So like you give them slightly better reinforcements. You give them a non-meta garrison in Xeno Flavius. And it does, you know, it does okay. I mean, you take out these Sev wounds, and the deads are pretty similar on both sides. Alright, so we're getting a little more context on these reports. Here's the Xeno Flavius again. This time, I'm guessing the rally got swarmed, right? Just because this only lasted for 30 seconds. This rally lasted for 30 seconds, and so obviously this rally got swarmed down. And look at the trade when the Justinian gets swarmed. Okay, so this just goes to show why one report is not enough. You need to look at a lot of reports. Because this tells a completely different story than the first two reports we looked at. So yeah, these are pretty interesting. These are pretty interesting. Next to his Labhera, and then here's this last report. And so now we have the other team rallying. And this looks like just an absolute wrecking ball. It looks like this report did not get filled at all, so this is not like a particularly meaningful report. But we can see the swarm here. We can see a bit of a swarm on the rally. So Guan Yu Scipio getting a serviceable trade here. Pakal YSS did not. Even Pakal YSS had a serviceable trade against this rally. Boudica YSG did very badly. That's kind of interesting. Algebra says I want to see a 1 versus 1 with max gear on both sides. Well, I mean, Algebra, do you think the 1v1 is what matters more than these sort of than these real world fights, right? Like, I mean, a lot of these are real world, right? I mean, this one's probably not real world. I guess this is real world-ish. Where, like, you know, there's some swarming that happens. There's some swarming that happens of these garrisons, Because at the end of the day, you can swarm pretty profitably. Like, that's the thing, right? Like, these, they waited until the reinforcements started to slow down, and then they swarmed, and they significantly affected how this trade went. Sounds good, Knight. I really appreciate these reports. These are great. This is like exactly what we needed to see. Like, to me, this is real world. Like, this is a real world fight where they were able to swarm this rally, and this rally got destroyed. But it's also probably real world that sometimes things go badly with the garrison. I mean, yeah, this is a little bit misleading because, like, I think a lot of alliances are able to avoid these sorts of issues. Like, this sort of, like, really bad reinforcing. I think a lot of alliances do not have this occur. I mean, a lot of alliances have this not occur, right? You see many past battles that go on for a very long time where this never happens, and you're always keeping the garrison correct. Algebra says too many variables in those reports. I think it's better to have a baseline report and go from there. Well, I mean, I think the I think on some level the Ark of Osiris test reports give us that baseline. It gives us some sort of a baseline when we see how Justinian does rallying an obelisk in Osiris against, for example, Dido Hera. Where we know in those controlled conditions, right? In those very controlled conditions, we know that Justinian trades slightly profitably or solidly profitably, reasonably profitably against the Dido Hera in controlled conditions. This is actually exactly where these reports are from. Like, if you want to know where those reports are from, it's from this fort right here. And it looks like DVL is... What are they doing here? Oh, they can't really do anything. Oh, they're rallying something. Oh, did this flag just finished, right? Is that what I'm looking at? Or something? Anyway, it looks like they can rally... Oh, just this fort. Where is this? This must be a city rally or something. Oh, it's a city rally, okay. Against the king. This should go well. No chance this person's online, right? Henry Zug rally on the king of N634. The king appears to be online, but they're going for it anyway. Everybody, please throw a like on the stream. It's a great way of supporting the channel. We are here watching DVL in action. DVL is from 2614. I believe this alliance is a merger of former 412 players with former 307 players. I believe these are some of the good players from both of those kingdoms have merged into 2614 to form DVL. And it looks like they went into Heroic Anthem. I don't know how new this group is. I don't know if this is like their first KVK together or if they've done a couple. But, you know, I think a smart thing for a new group to do is sign up for Heroic Anthem, get used to playing with one another, and just kind of get a nice solid win in Heroic Anthem. See what you have as a kingdom, you know, see where you're at, see what you need to work on, see what you've got, and go from there. And I think this merger is pretty interesting. You know, we have definitely seen a lot of Imperiums fall apart or just get weaker over the last year or so. But inevitably, there are a lot of very good players and very good officers in these groups who still want to keep playing. And, you know, not every former officer wants to just retire to 960 or 1093 and be a soldier. Some officers would like to keep doing some organizing and keep doing some leading. You know, some officers got actual dopamine hits from leading an operation over many hours, having it be a success, and then, you know, sitting on their couch with a friggin' buzz being like, oh, that was actually really cool, and I actually made a difference in that fight. So hopefully we'll see more endeavors like DVL where solid groups merge together to form something new. I think this is a lot better for the game than everyone just going to 1093 and 365 and 960 and treating it like an old folks home where all they do is fight. Rafa, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're watching a little 1252 action here. $20 likes in the stream already. That's fantastic. I also have a lot of armaments that I need to open today. Right? I have a ton of armaments, a bunch of chests, and I know that the chat is not like super thrilled when I open armaments because the viewership drops. But this is my favorite part of the stream. This is my literally favorite part of the week in ROK is opening these armament chests. So I am going to do that later. But let me go ahead and let's do some Osiris League betting right now. I will put out a video later, but it is on this stream that we do the actual work of making sense of these matchups and coming up with some good bets. So let's do that now, and if you have some good info in the chat, then please, please, please help me out. I do need to get another Eye of Talent. What do I need to do? Oh, I need to train. I need to train some stuff later. Let me see if there's a training rune anywhere. What did I just delete? What did I just freaking delete? What did I just delete? I don't even know what I deleted. AP 15. All right, I deleted a marker to some freaking barb camp, but I'll have to figure that out later. I will actually be able to figure that one out. Training rune anywhere? Archer Duke. Alright, here's another report from Knights. This is the same report. That's the same report. We saw that one. Gustavo, welcome to the stream. Shazad, welcome to the stream. Alright, we are going to look at these Osiris League bets now. We've been doing very well lately. Last week went interestingly, right? We nailed our 2 big bets, but we actually were wrong on all of our underdog type bets. I think AX came very close to beating INSL, but I think the rest of these were probably not that close. Yeah. So anyway, here's what we have this week. We have the round of 16. We're in the final 16 here. We have seen all these teams play a number of times. And so presumably we should be able to be making intelligent bets here. But I'm going to be honest and say that the betting does get tougher as these things as the tournament goes on. Right off the bat here, 17-18. I thought that 17-18 would be less of an underdog here, actually, against 16-OT. I mean, 16-OT didn't do anything that special. I mean, they beat 71D by not a ton. They didn't keep things all that close against 1V. 17-18 has been very impressive so far. Very solid win against BLN. Very solid win against 1158. So, I mean, right off the bat here, it looks to me like 17-18 is a pretty good bet. Yeah, they seem like a pretty good bet, actually. We might go bigger. We're just gonna make it. We're gonna make it 10% right now, but we might go bigger on this bet because this looks like a pretty good bet, actually. Rafa says he's with 17-18. Yep. 1v against 93L. I would probably not touch this bet. HGT Nation's going all in on 17-18. All right. I mean, the other thing we have to think about at this point is, like, you're kind of in protection mode with these Oryx. I probably can buy out the shop right now. Right? This would cost 7,500. This is 10,000. This is 12,000. This is, the gold keys are 15,000. This is so 18,000. I basically need 18,000 to, like, buy out everything that's useful in this shop. And so we're kind of a little bit in protection mode with our bets. But because I'm, like, making videos for this and trying to recommend things to other people, I'm probably going to be a little bit more aggressive than I should be. All right, so INSL against 93P. This is another match that will be televised. The 17-18 match is going to get televised, and then INSL's match is also going to be televised. And, like, this is one where somebody out there knows, like, what the bet is on this matchup. Like, somebody out there knows these players and these teams well enough to, like, actually know if there's an edge on this bet. I think the betting is going based on power. And so, I mean, INSL looks solid, but not amazing. 93P is hard to get a read on, just based on their results here. I would not bet on INSL at these odds. I mean, if you know a lot about this match, maybe you bet on 93P as the underdog. I don't know enough about it to bet on them. So that one looks like a pass. Mimi against 16-15. Haven't really watched either of these teams in Osiris League. Gustavo, I appreciate the compliment. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best with the voice. I'm trying to actually have good content behind the solid voice. Mimi against A16-15. Again, I think for me this is just a pass because I just don't know enough about these teams. So we can compare a few things here, right? They fought the same teams. Oh, they fought each other before. So this is like an utter failure of the bracketing system, right? You have two teams from the exact same group playing each other in the round of 16? What is that? Like, what, how? Okay, so this is just like a fail, right? This is a fail of the bracketing system. You cannot have the same teams that played each other in pool play each other again in the round of 16. That doesn't make any sense. But Mimi won last time pretty solidly. So, I mean, you could bet on Mimi, but they're a huge favorite, so why would you want to? Alright, so this bet here... 1158 is the underdog against 1484. We have faded 1484 before in this league to our detriment. But I feel like 11. I feel okay, so. These are two Korean teams, right? These are two Korean teams. We could go small on 1158 here. We could go small on 1158. I think 1158. I think that teams like 1718 might be a tier above 93p. Well, I'm saying that wrong. The question here is BLN better than 93p? Because the point differential here is basically exactly the same. Is BLN as good as 93p? Are they worse? I mean, I feel like BLN is probably pretty close to as good as 93p. Maybe they're slightly worse. So maybe these odds are about right. Maybe these odds are basically right. Now we have JST against 1419. 1419 did lose to OG. They did beat E301, but it was very, very close. So it's kind of debatable whether 419 was the best team in their group or not. JST has won Osiris League in the past. I misspoke on my last week's video where I said I didn't remember how well JST had done in Osiris League. JST has won Osiris League in the past. I would not touch that bet. EV snuck into the round of 16. Props to EV for that. But they are up against a Korean team now in 1188 who has dominated everybody. Is there ever a world where we take a flyer here on EV? I think we could bet 5% on EV here as a big underdog. I know they've been working hard in Osiris League this season, so I assume that they've been practicing a fair bit and are going to be pretty serious about the match. And we're struggling to find bets, so we'll put 5% on EV here. HGT points out that Mimi has beat A16 before, but like so they won by 13,000 points. And to me, 13,000 points is not a complete guarantee that you're going to win the next time. And so I just wouldn't bet on Mimi at these points. Like, to me, this is not a guaranteed win. I'm sure we can find a better guaranteed win on 960 in Anubis. All right, so this match is interesting. This match is also going to be televised. Let me let you all contemplate the E301 93T match while I quickly take a bathroom break and grab some water. I will be right back. All right, I'm actually just going to grab water. I'll do the second half of this equation later. All right, so I did not get a chance to watch 93T in the previous rounds. I do not know if they had a match that was televised. It's actually kind of an interesting question. Let's look at that. Let's see if 93T had a match that was televised. Let's just see that real quick. That doesn't do the trick. Why? Okay. Let's just see if 93T has been live streamed yet. Or even if they are going to be this week. Or they are this week, so we can watch 93T this week. But has there been a chance to watch them before? I don't think there has been. I don't think there has been. No, there hasn't been. Okay. So yeah, haven't had a chance to watch 93T yet. A lot of hype on this team. E301 did beat OG. They lost to 419E. 93T lost to JST. Oh, this was the match last week that I was griping about them not broadcasting. So this is a pretty solid result against JST, I would say. Whereas E301 is struggling to sort of beat like second tier teams. Although they are getting those wins in some cases. I think this bet is a little bit affected by E301 having more power. And so I think we can bet on 93T here. I think we can bet 15% on 93T over E301 as just a solid favorite. We're not trying to get rich on Oryx. We're just trying to get some action on bets that we're going to watch the matches. We're going to try to build it up to 18K so we can buy out the shop. And now let's look at Anubis here. All right, so SV68 against Cha. Yeah, I wouldn't touch this. I wouldn't touch this one. I would not touch this one. I mean, I've faded SV68 a few times, or I think I faded them on the first week. They went 3-0. They didn't destroy WA49. Like, they didn't. This match was streamed, and I watched it a little bit, but I can't remember. I don't really remember what I thought about it. It seems to me like SV68 is pretty serious about Osiris League. I did watch some of Plato's casts, and he had some very good insights about Ark of Osiris, which made me think that their group is sort of like talking about Ark. They're talking strategy. Maybe they're playing some practice matches. So I would probably not. I mean, you could throw a small bet on Cha here, just because Cha had some decent results and SV68 had a pretty close fight against WA49, and they're like a huge favorite. So I guess I'm talking myself into this one. We'll bet 5% on Cha over SV68. I'm calling them Cha. They are Charisma. Okay. I have no opinion about either of these teams. I'm probably just gonna zip right through this one. Yeah, no opinions on this match. No opinions on this match. So is 11EE at all a live dog against GV77? That's the question. Okay, so 1E lost one of their matches in the pool play. So for that reason, I would say they are probably not a live dog here against GV77. Here's an interesting match. This match is going to be televised. We have a Korean team in SJ32 that nearly beat WIB, and they are against the number 2 team in 2377, which is going to be a Vietnamese group, I assume. I believe 2377 is almost entirely Vietnamese. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So SJ32 nearly beat WIB, but AO77 won all 3 of their matches. They went 3-0 in pool play. I would not touch this match. These odds look pretty good to me, actually. These odds make a lot of sense to me. CN against PK26. And PK26 is, that name is familiar for some reason. Like, did I watch their match or did I bet against? I guess maybe I just bet against them. So CN21 looks pretty impressive here with their wins in pool play. PK26 lost. Wait, how did PK26 make it to the... I guess in this group, it was basically one team went 3-0, and then every other team went 1-2. Is that correct? Yeah, that makes sense. So PK26 went 1-2 in pool play, whereas CN21 went 3-0. I could go for a small bet on CN21 here as a favorite. We'll bet 10% on CN21. Rolf, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. Rolf, we will be playing Champions of Olympia later if you want to join in for that. This will be televised also, 244. I think they played last week also. So, okay, here we have another match where the two teams played each other last freaking week. K244 destroyed them last week. And so I think we can somewhat safely bet on K244 again here. We'll just put whatever's left over on K244 over CPLW. I know some people are like, oh, you never bet on the favorites. But at this point in the league, you do bet on the favorites because you're just trying to protect your Oryx. You're trying to increase them a little bit. And so we are fine betting on 244 here when they absolutely destroyed Club Ping Love World last time. And they're just going to fight each other again. All right, now here's the marquee matchup of the week, I would say. WIB against 60MX. So WIB is getting all of the tests in the month of August. They're being heavily tested in KVK, and they are getting a very tough test in the round of 16 of Osiris League. I mean, WIB barely beat SJ32, and somewhere in the back of my mind, I have someone saying that WIB did not look super sharp in the early going in one of their ARC matches. I cannot remember who said that, but somebody said that and I sort of logged it. 60MX did very well against 60GT. This is a very close match against 60GT. I am going to assume that this was simply a hard-fought match between the two teams, where they basically used it as an opportunity to practice, right? It would make no sense to me that they would not use this as a very good opportunity to get an hour's worth of practice in. I think the bet here is on 60MX. I just think you have to bet on 60MX here. I'm going to assume that they have had a lot more ARC practice than WIB. WIB is probably focused on KVK. It's a new map, right? Like, Fog of War is a new map. There are new skills. There's a lot of skill in Ark of Osiris these days. It's not about who has the stronger army. It's about who has better teamwork, who has better shot calling, and who better executes in that hour-long match. So I think the bet here is on 60MX. I base that on mainly on the previous results, on these week 2 results, where 60MX played GT very close, and WIB barely beat a sort of second or third tier Korean team in SJ32. So I think the bet here is on 60MX. I think we can put a pretty solid bet here. How much do we have left here? We have 15. We want to go bigger on 17-18 anyway. I know that. So we've got 20%, 35%, 40%, 50%. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bet 20% on 60MX. See, I don't know. I feel like the 17-18 bet is almost better than this bet. I guess they're about the same. Yeah, they're about the same, actually. So we're going to bet 20% on 60 MX over Wib in Anubis. We're going to up 17, 18 to 20% because I know Rafa and HTT are big on that bet. And so let's add this up again. 25%, 40%, 45%, 55%, 75%. And then we'll just bet 25%, very boring, on 244 as a big ol' favorite. We haven't been betting in Bastet, and I don't know. Oh, so DVL's in. I didn't realize DVL was in Osiris League as well. Okay. Okay, so are there any like really interesting matchups here? We hit on 89 NR last week. That was like a very good bet. I was pretty proud of that bet actually. And they're playing a team from their own kingdom here. So I mean, we're seeing some issues all around these brackets, right? We're seeing some issues. Let's just call a spade a spade. In the first two realms, we had two matchups where they literally are playing the same team they played in week 3 of pool play. And then, you know, here we have teams from the same kingdom fighting each other in the round of 16. I get it, but I think this is a little bit annoying. And SW is fighting that team we just watched in Heroic Anthem 2634. So the Heroic Anthem we were watching was actually a pretty high profile Realm of Bastet type Realm of Bastet KVK. But I'm not really seeing any bets here. I'm not really seeing any bets here in Bastet. So yeah, we do have our bets here. Here are our bets. I will make a video later, but we're betting on a few underdogs. 1718 is an underdog. EV is an underdog. Shah is an underdog. But everything else is on favorites. Everything else we're betting on favorites here. We're trying to protect our Oryx a bit. And yeah, that's the Osiris League there. All right, let me do a couple more forts here. We are going to do a little basic grinding on this stream because we are in fact, you know, rebuilding and preparing for the next KVK. I did hear a rumor the other day. One second, my phone is bugging out here. You know, because we're pretty casual about the 1+1 forts. Like, we encourage everyone to do them. We don't really, to be honest, we don't really put people in a position to be successful at it. Like, I'm gonna join Red Dog's rally here with my farm. But truth be told, if you don't have an alt that you can quickly do forts with, then you basically are just, you have to rely on other like people in the alliance to join your rally, which can be a little bit annoying, and it probably stopped some people from doing 1+1 rallies. Like, some people don't want to constantly switch, like launch a rally on their main, then switch to their farm, join the rally on their farm, start a rally on their farm. A lot of people don't want to do that. That's kind of annoying. I do it because I have my farm on my phone, and so my farm can very conveniently join these rallies. But the rumor I heard is that 1093 actually keeps track of how many forts people do each day. Like, you're supposed to do 15 forts a day, and there's like a bot in their Discord where you can, like, you know, ping the bot and it'll tell you how many forts you've done that day and how many more you have to go. So I think that gives you a sense of how important 1+1 forts are to a kingdom. Where we're casual about it, but we nevertheless have six rallies going right now, and we have 14 people online. So, you know, this is how you rebuild. This is how you rebuild. You get the AP from the forts. You get the speed ups from the Alliance treasure chests. And, you know, you just kind of rebuild that way. You just kind of rebuild that way. I'm just looking for a gem node right now. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to open up the armaments. I am saving all of my... I'm saving all of my transmutation stones. I'm going to do like a big like crafting and transmutation stream before we go into war. Like a few days before we fight, I'm going to do a big crafting and transmuting stream. But for now, I'm just saving all this stuff up. I did get an upgrade yesterday from the dispatch quests. I got like a nice purple upgrade on this, on my second, my number 3 or 4 cavalry set. With this here, with this armament right here. This is like, so this is 4.3. This is like, or this is, yeah, 4.3 plus. This is like 5.8% of stats, and this was a slight upgrade from what I had before. Let's see how it compares to the Jadwiga one. So Attila has 5.3. Jadwiga has also 5.3. Yeah. So anyway, I did get a nice little upgrade yesterday. Not a big deal, but like 1.5% better stats. And let's just see what we can get. I think we're gonna keep going with arch formation. I mean, my Scipio has wedge, and my wedge formation stats are not bad. I don't know. I could do a little bit of wedge action. Let's see. We're gonna do arch. We're gonna do arch for now. We're gonna do arch for now. Okay, so we just got a legendary from the blue chest. That's cool. That's some quality recycling material right there. Let's do these. I don't think I get to pick the formation here, so let's just do these. Okay, so these are all blue. I doubt it. I don't even really look at the blues anymore, so whatever. Okay, so we're gonna get a little bit of randomness from these, which is good. Because I kind of want to get a few wedges here and there. Alright, so let's open up these purples. Let's see what we get. Alright. Alright. Yeah, this is not usable, but whatever. And then this is not usable also. Although it does give 3.8% of stats. So I don't think this is good at anywhere, but yeah. Alright. Now we'll do these purples. We're doing okay so far, simply because we got that legendary recyclable. Alright, here we go. Alright, another legendary. That's good. Really good all damage on this one. This is like 3.5% of stats on this all damage roll. But not usable. Not usable. Not usable. Daring is good, but the stats are just no good. The stats are not good enough. And let's look at this legendary now. Nothing. Nothing. Whole lot of nothing there. Alright, let's try 5 again here. Let's try 5 again. As Shoto launches more 1+1 forts in the background. Give me something good. Alright, 2 inscriptions. This is like... This might be good for barbs. This might be pretty good for barbs, actually. All right, now let's look at the inscription ones. Nope, nothing there. And nothing there. Too spread out. Too spread out. All right, I'm gonna do wedge on these last two. Just to do wedge. I'm just gonna do wedge here. We really just want infantry for the most part. Yeah, that's no good. My thing with wedge, like I really don't think wedge is that much better, but it's just that hunter is so good. Hunter is so much better than destruction. Like I bought this destructive armament, and it's like, I mean, this is just not that good. Like if we say that the second half of this skill is just like neutral, like we just say it doesn't matter, then all I'm getting is 3.5% normal attack damage, which is, you know, 1.7% all damage, which is like 4.3% of stats. Destructive is like 4.3% of stats, whereas Hunter is literally like 14 to 15% of stats. Like you're getting 10% more stats from the wedge formation just on this inscription alone. And that's really, to me, what makes wedge better than arch, is just the inscription. The inscription you get from KVK. But I'm going down the arch road. It's good for my garrisons. It's good for counterattack. I think we're gonna just open all 7 of these at once. And let's just see what we get. I just want something. I just want an upgrade somewhere. Just give me an upgrade somewhere. Or just give me a good inscription that I can transmute later. I'll take that too. I will take a good inscription that I can transmute later. 1, 2, 3. Yes! Woo! YouTube luck! YouTube luck once again. This is something like my 4th double inscription. my armament luck is very freaking good. My armament luck is very freaking good. I have not spent that much, and I literally have like, I think that's my 4th double inscription. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, 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 that's pretty nice right there. This is pretty nice right here. This is something that could go, I could put my destructive on this, right? Like this is the kind of thing that I put the destructive on, you know? Because I'm gonna get a new one most KVKs. And the last one, yeah, so this is good. This is a good armament right here. I could try to roll it even better. This health roll is amazing. Look at the size of this health roll. 3.5%. That's fantastic. That's a good armament right there. All right, nothing there. Good attack on the good roll on the archer attack here. I'm gonna lock this one. This one might be rollable. Oh, another 3.5% health on this horn. That's really good. That's really good. I'm gonna lock that one also. Yeah, I mean, you can just transmute this a couple times, see if you get something good on the other rolls. Like the thing about an armament like this, right? The health is so good. It's so good. If you simply get another cav roll on this, if you get like a 2% cav roll somewhere, all of a sudden you have a 5.5% armament, which is in the ballpark of being an upgrade for me. So we're doing really good. This was a great pull. We haven't even looked at our 2 best ones yet. Let's look at the single inscription. Let's look at this one. Let me see, what do I want to see here? I want to see something new. I've already got Breaker. Let me just show me something really interesting and neat. Wary. I do not know what Wary is. We got a little cavalry march speed. Nothing too good here, but I do not know what Wary is. 5% faster outside of Alliance territory. Interesting. That is interesting. That is pretty cool. It's definitely usable somewhere, right? I mean, if nothing else, you throw this on a double C for Ark of Osiris, because I'm the person who sends out the fast tier 1 cavalry marches to capture the obelisks. And at worst, you throw this on a double C for Ark. And it's like literally best in slot for that character. Because I've got a little extra march speed here on the actual rolls. So yeah, I'm happy with this. I wanted something interesting. I got something very interesting. 5% march speed, wow. All right, now here's the double. Everybody throw a like on the stream. How are we doing on likes? 25 likes. The viewership has stayed steady as we open these armaments. That is all I can ask for. This is the me part of the stream where I'm doing something that I want to do. And there is nothing I want to do more than very gradually grind up armaments. The reason we have 7 of these is because on the last day we pushed Alliance mobilization and got those 3 extra legendary armament chests. So we have grinded, the whole Alliance is grinded to get to this spot where I have this double inscription. And this is peak off-season ROK right here. Looking at what you got on a double inscription. Let's freaking go. Hell yes. I don't know what those inscriptions do, but they don't sound like barbs. And we got 2 cavalry rolls on this thing. We've already got 4.4% of stats. And then we have primed and requital. These sound like very good inscriptions. These are serious words right here. Primed and requital. Holy smokes. The wielder's troops gain 5% bonus to march speed when it has over 50% of units remaining. Hell yes, I will take that. Hell yes. And then what is requital? Whenever the wielder's troops is attacked, it has a 10% chance to deal additional damage to the attacker for 2 seconds. Alright, that's pretty weak. That's pretty weak. But primed is quite nice. I mean, this is nice. I don't know what kind of stats you put on requital. I mean, the thing about requital is that, like, this is the kind of thing that could be very good for a commander down the road, right? Like, if there's some sort of... I mean, like, does this count as active skill damage? Like, am I sort of causing an occurrence of active skill damage to occur with this skill? Because there are some skills related to, like, if you do active skill damage, then such and such happens. Oh, so it's raining. It's raining double inscriptions today. Only Farmer got 2 double inscriptions. SAU, welcome to the stream. I know you're in our kingdom. Oh, it's Shiv. Shiv, welcome to the stream. Shiv, look at these cav armaments that I'm getting, dude. I got 5% march speed on this armament here. I got 3.5% cav health on this one. And then look at this guy. This is amazing. Like, this is, I mean, it's not amazing, but it's like really good. Like 5% march speed is so cool. And then requital is decent. Does anyone want to take a stab at how much stats requital is worth? I have no idea. Or if anyone is a 200 IQ chatter, if you can think of a skill that requital would help, that would be amazing. But anyway, this is, I'm gonna say, so for me, march speed is like slightly better than like half of a percentage of stats. Like, to me, 1% march speed is worth maybe like 0.6% of stats, something like that. So I'm gonna give this 3% of stats because it is conditional also. So maybe it's 2.5% of stats. So this is 4.4, 6.9% of stats plus requital. it's not an amazing armament, but it's a very good armament. We're probably talking about like 7.5% of stats here, something like that, maybe 8% of stats. I mean, that's a very good armament. That's very good. Rafa says his only double inscriptions are in gathering equipment. Yeah, can I re-roll this? I mean, I could re-roll the troop load even. I could even re-roll the troop load here. So yeah, how many double inscriptions do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 double inscriptions. That's freaking amazing. In terms of ranking the double inscriptions, to me, this is the best one. This is number 1. I mean, this one is, I'm gonna reroll this. This one has amazing inscriptions on it, for sure. This one, yes, this one's a little bit better. I would rank this one first, this one second. Honestly, the one I just got is probably my 4th best, to be honest. I mean, they're all similar, but this one has just such good. This one has such good inscriptions that I can like totally re-roll this, and that's a great cav health roll also. So this is probably my weakest of the 4 double inscriptions, but they are all usable. They are all good. Roberts, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. We just finished up the armament openings. It went super well. What was the other thing that I just got? Where I just got that nice little infantry armament, right? It was in this slot. It was this, right? Was this what I just got? Or this? It was this. Also, I have 2 of these. Oh, so I have 2 already that are kind of, they're pretty good. Okay, so I mean, this is 5.1. I can't compare it to this. That's not fair. I can compare it to the Flavius. Let me look at the Flavius here. So Flavius has about 5.5% of stats on this slot. Whereas what I got was this. This looks like an upgrade. This feels like an upgrade to me right here. And the thing is, I can throw an inscription on this, right? Like I could throw destructive on this potentially, and then this becomes a very, very good armament, where it's something like 9.5% of stats. So yeah, that's pretty good actually. It's a pretty good upgrade, I would say. All right, so that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, Alan Go, by the way, I did give my betting tips. I would scroll back maybe 20-25 minutes, and I will also come out with a video later about the betting tips. Let me get some more bar before it's started here. All right, so this is nice and productive. Those armament openings were very, very good. And somewhat magically, I managed to not lose viewership while I was opening those. Thank you all for hanging out. I know armaments are not always the most exciting for the viewers. Although I'm not entirely sure why, because I don't know. I do like watching other people open armaments. I'm gonna send my march to the. I'm gonna send my farm to the gold pit also while I'm here. All right. All right. So 1+1 forts are sent out. Dad go where? Oh, Alan, you're Dad go where? Cool. Yep, I'll show them to you, Dad go where. These are the bets. I will make a video later that will have these exact bets, but this is how it's looking. Algebra says my infantry armaments are similar to my Kaz now that I got Hunter. Yeah, that Hunter is just such a big upgrade. It's such a massive upgrade. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, and so let me just let me throw some action on here, and I will also throw the bets up on the stream, and I will be right back. All right. So I think we're going to be doing Champions of Olympia here in a few minutes. If anyone wants to play, just say something in the chat, and I will invite you to the COO team. We're just going to do unranked, so it's going to be very chill, and everyone is welcome. Oh man, dude, this is like Hanmano basically just like rickrolled me. He just rickrolled me in Rise of Kingdoms. Nice rickroll. I don't know if Hanmano knows what a rickroll is in Korea, but he just rickrolled the crap out of me. Look what he just did. He's in our kingdom chat. He links to a Rune of Wardrum level 4. And it's in friggin' 1034. But he got me to look. He got me to freaking look. Bastard. Oh yeah, Rafa, we can play with your alt, that's fine. Yeah, just message me. So say something in the game, but then if you want to you're gonna need to message me in the game. And so just go to Kingdom 770, and then I'm the R5 of the Handsome Devils of N70D. So like, just go to 770, find our forts that are near the temple, and then you can find my name very easily there. So yeah, if you want to jump into Champions of Olympia, let me know. Let me get my gear set up here. That 5% march speed is an interesting armament for COO, right? I would love to put more march speed on somebody like Guan for COO. But I think today... What do we want to do today? Today we're going to go with the Boudica Zug instead of the XY Nevsky, instead of the XY William. Yeah. Alright. There's Rafa. Anybody else want to jump into COO? Let me know. We can do it after the first match. Let me get this started here. Alright. Owen says, I would play, but I don't know if I'm high enough power that you would play with me. Yeah, Owen, we're looking for we're looking for relatively advanced accounts, I would say. Definitely we're looking for SOC accounts. You know, we want you to have like 3 solid marches. That's the key, right? The key is just to have 3 solid marches. Yeah, Owen, we'll give you a shot. Yeah. Just message me in the game. It's unranked, so it's like pretty casual. It's just like it's more fun to win, so we're not like completely unserious. Oh, you're 21 million power? I think that's gonna be a pass, man. I think that just kind of messes up the matchup a little bit too much. Sorry. Yeah, I think that just kind of messes up the matchup for people a little bit too much when we have a very new player. Although I don't know how big Rafa's ult is, to be honest. I actually didn't look. Oh, Rafa has like a big ult. Holy shit. Yeah, just keep grinding, Owen, and we'll get you next time. Up to 30 likes, that is fantastic. Thank you so much for the support, everybody. Really enjoying, yeah, didn't have really high expectations for this live stream just because like not a lot has been going on in ROK, but always nice to see an active chat, and the time just flies by whenever I'm live streaming. So very cool that we have a nice sustainable Friday night live stream going on. And now we're doing Champions of Olympia, which apparently just got more important because they show your Champions of Olympia rank on like your profile. Not on desktop, but on mobile. They show the... Alright, looks like we have a decent opponent. I've heard of some of these alliances before. But I'm just gonna try and play good. I'm already forgetting to put... Oh, I put the wrong skills on. I got the wrong skills. I thought that was the stat skill. Alright, so they have 2 middle. Okay, they're heavy middle. I'm going middle. I'm going middle just because they are like way serious about middle right now. And so we need people to distract them from their bullshit. They didn't even take one of their... Alright, so I'm disrupting pretty good here. I just disrupted very well there. I probably should have danced a little bit better here. I'm gonna get this one. Alright, let's go over here. I'm locked. Alright, that went okay, I guess, but we need help mid for sure. I mean, I delayed, but they're gonna get it. I probably could have delayed better there. Alright, Rolfson for the next one. That's good. Alright, so they got the apple. Where are they going to take it? They're going here. Can we get there? We might just have to give them this apple. They had a very interesting strategy of going all middle. That's a great block. Look at that block. Look at that taunt. The taunt by Black Lord. Utterly clutch. I don't know if we can stop him, though. I don't know if we can stop him. He might die. He might die. He might die. He might die. I don't think he's going to die. I think he's going to get there. So I'm going to go here instead. Yep, they returned it. They returned it. All right. Oh, is there just one person here? We let them, yeah, so we let them get this with just one person, which is scuffed. But I will get it back. And then we need to get to the apple after this. Pretty clear movement here for me. I just capture this and then go middle. I kind of like their strategy in a way. You just go heavy, heavy middle. Yes, okay, so this guy's trolling me. I'm just gonna go here. I know we should be going for the apple, but I just have to cover this. I mean, this guy has 2 marches here, then he's just wasting his time. He's literally just wasting his time. Oh, I'm not gonna use that yet. Alright, so I'm wasting this dude's time, but the apple is captured again by the enemy, which is really bad news. You know, it's so weird how the reaction time on right clicks is different in different game modes. Like, the reaction time in KVK used to be bad. Now the reaction time with right clicks is good, but the reaction time in Champions Olympia is still complete garbage. Alright, so they returned another apple, which is just brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. Like, we just let them get that apple so easily. I felt like I was doing something useful, but... Oh, I'm like way outnumbered here. I should not be here. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm right-clicking, and my marches are not reacting to that. Like, they just are not reacting. Like, where's this guy? Why is he... Whatever. Yeah, I mean, the biggest issue that COO has is just the performance of the game mode. The performance of this game mode is so sluggish. That's the biggest issue. It's not smooth. Like, it's not World of Warcraft. It doesn't feel good. Yeah, Rodrigo, if you want to join, just send me a message in the game. I'm the leader of N70D in Kingdom 1770. Right, so apparently I did horrible there. Because somehow it didn't give me credit for any kills, and yet you saw me kill marches. Right? Like, you saw me kill marches. And yet, I didn't get credit for any kills or assists. That's pretty weird. I'm assuming this person wants an invite, so I will give them the invite. That's fine. And then, Rolf, if you want to play, go ahead and send me a message. I mean, I've got you down here somewhere, but... Yeah, Rolf, I'm not actually able to see your message here either. So yeah, just send me another message, Rolf. All right. We will wait a minute or two. The music has stopped for some reason. Alrighty. Now I remember that Rolf's name was Bunny. The new Bunny. Alright, I think we're all set here. Oh, unranked mode is not available for 4-player teams. All right, let me see if I can invite some. Let me just try to like randomly invite people. All right, let's try to get a 5th. Let's try to get a 5th. If anybody in 770 is watching, please join this COO match. It's a casual match. We just need a 5th. Just hold on 1 minute, guys. I'll try to find a player here. All right, we're gonna wait about a minute, and then we're gonna, if no one joins, we are gonna randomize who gets booted. I'm gonna get the randomizer going here. Get it prepped. So we've got Bunny, Rafa, and I owe shit. There we go. Shiv. Nice. Nice. Thank you, Shiv. Yeah, Rafa, I would think that Zug is better primary. I think there's some aspects of his 4th skill that are a bit function a bit better when he's primary. But maybe Rafa's doing some sort of mixed troop thing. I don't know. I don't know, we got pretty good commanders overall. Looking pretty good. We might be a little bit light on the Zoogs with only 3, but Shiv's a Cav player, so. Alright, I think we should just have one person go mid each time, and then you just try to delay the mid as best you can. But keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on mid. We don't want to let them get a free apple like they did in that last match the second time. Never mind. All right, chat, let's get a win here. Once my game loads, there we go. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna switch keyboards after this game. I hate playing games on this keyboard. So we got 3 people going here. Rolf's breaking off mid. That's good. Yeah, I like the 2-2 split on this map and 1 go mid. Oh shit, we'll camp the lower thingy. I think the key is we just want to keep moving together as a group, right? Like, we always want to be fighting as at least, like, a group of 2. I don't even know what this skill does, to be honest. This is a very fair 2v2 here. I'm gonna kite. Yeah. Oh shit, let's just try to kill as many of these as we can. Let's try to wear them down. That was probably a very dumb speed boost. My Boudica was about to spawn, but it is what it is. Like, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing right now because I'm like going by myself and I can't take this flag against this person. So yeah, okay, now Shiv's coming. I'm gonna kite with the Nevsky, and I'm not gonna kite in time. Maybe I am. Okay, I'm cutting in time-ish. Alright, I think we went a little bit overboard on this flag, if I can be honest. There's the fire thief. Alright, I mean, we're probably losing this one as well, but we're playing okay at this point. Alright, they got the friggin' fire thief again, which is effing annoying. You guys are chilling at this flag for way too long. Like, why are you guys still here? Of course, I pulled away too fast, and my Guan isn't even healed. Alright, this is a loss. I think inevitably with a 5-stack, we're going to get some pretty tough competition, to be quite honest. But we'll grind it. We'll grind it. Yeah, I think we went a little bit overboard on everyone going to the same place. I think we really just want two. I think we want 2 people together. I think 3 is overkill. Like, if you go somewhere by yourself, then it's often bad because if there's 2 of the enemy, then they will overwhelm you. But if you go with 2, then I think you can generally do well. Whereas if you send 3 people to the same spot and the enemy only has 1 murder ball there, then it's like overkill. It's like massive overkill. All right. Alrighty, Rodrigo, thank you for playing. Appreciate it. We'll try to invite someone else. We'll try to invite someone else. Thank you all for hanging out, watching us lose Olympia. Another report from Knights here. It will load. I don't know if it'll load. Yeah, so this game is like bugged right now. I tried to open Knights report and now I can't even open the chat. Shiv, I might have to remove you just so we can play. Because we can't register with 4. Which I apologize for that. Yeah, Knight, I'm not able to check it in this window, but I'll check it after we finish Olympia. Yeah, Shiv, just because you were the last person to join, I am gonna remove you, and I apologize for that. It's just that I want to get this started, like when we can't play with 4. So sorry, buddy. Oh, you know what? I don't have my skills correct either. Like, that's part of it. Is that I don't have my skills correct. Like, I don't even know what my skills do. Like, I literally do not even know what my skills do. Does anyone know what my 2 skills do? So they have a bunch of cavalry players, it looks like. Like, what do my skills even do? All right, looks like we're winning here, I think. Very close 6v6 fight there. Oh, sorry. What do these skills do? So Fire Thief is fairly soon. Maybe the enemy comes back here. Maybe they don't. All right, we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. I'm gonna go mid. I'm pretty sure the Fire Thief is soon, if I'm not wrong. Alright, so they're going back here. Alright, my movement stunk there. I admit it. Alright, now the Fire Thief's coming. But I have a 1v1 at this flag. I'll be curious to read after this match what these skills actually do. I feel like the first one is like a shield. It's called Divine Barrier. And then I feel like, oh, so I lost this. And then I feel like the second one is probably a heal, I'm guessing. A shield plus a heal. Alright, so Fire Thief is up. I guess I should look for the Fire Thief here. Was it over here? Hmm? Oh, it's over there, duh. Well, I'm glad my teammates carried me here, because I ran around like a chicken with my head cut off. Alright, so somebody's coming. Alright, so I got to jump on this guy simply because... Am I seeing heals here? I'm not really seeing heals. I guess I am seeing a few heals, but that's from Boudica. Yeah, I can't really tell what that second skill does that I'm casting. It looks like a heal, but I'm just like not seeing much of a heal. Rolf, thank you for the carry. All right, let's play again, but I just want to fix my skills first. So I'm gonna restart the team. Yeah, let me just restart the team real quick. What did these skills do? Okay, so this puts up a shield, right? And then what does this do? Restores 100 morale per second for up to... Oh, just restores morale? No wonder it was complete crap. No wonder it was complete crap. Holy Toledo. I guess I like Divine Barrier more. I'm not really sure though. Dang, that one skill that I wasn't sure what it does. That thing was complete garbage. It increases your morale? Interesting question from Red Dog here. How do I get in the line to get gold heads? Did those invites work? There's Bunny. And there's Rafa. Damn, Rafa has a very free-to-play looking lineup with Alex, Charles Martel, and the rarely seen CJ Harold March. A true free-to-play infantry alt account. And the Scipio Zug, for good measure. All right, let's get another W, and then we will be 2-2 on the night. And we can decide if we want to do a fifth match just for shits and giggles. All right, so this is that same map again. I'm gonna go top this time. All right, the enemy has a couple of 2 stacks. They look not amazing. Saw a Saladin, I saw an Ethelfled primary. So I'm here up top with Noob Daddy Ravi. Hopefully we can play well. All right. Looks like Noob Daddy Ravi hits pretty hard. That's good. All right, we're still at full health. Let's go take their home flag. So the thing you want to do with this this stat skill where you can like give stats to somebody is you want to put it on your teammates. Because what I'm seeing, or what I've observed, is that when you put the stats on all 3 of your commanders, then you can no longer put it on anybody else. But as long as you keep putting stats on your teammates, then you can let me just disrupt. I just want to disrupt. I'm just disrupting. I'm just disrupting. Now Noob Daddy Ravi is here with me, and we can take this fight. Put the boost on his Guan. Cast a little silence. And we are in the pipe. 5x5. This is where like Zug just does so amazing. All this AoE. Look at the Guan Scipio just holding up. The Guan Scipio lasts for so long. Because I'm just going to keep throwing these stats on my teammates, and I'm betting that I can just keep doing it for the entire match. Who is this little pleb trying to take our flag with one march? Rude. Freaking rude. So let me just keep, I'm going to keep doing these stats, and let's see if I can just keep doing them the whole match. Because these stats are pretty awesome. Increases attack, defense, and health. Look at this dude. This dude is just like trifling, taking these flags with one march. All right. Shout out to Noob Daddy Ravi who watched my videos and also got multiple shout outs on this stream because he's got a cool name. MVP, Brian Kuh. That's how we do it. And my game crashed. Okay. Scipio Zug thinks it's Warriors Unbound. Well, does Scipio doesn't have any I guess you can't really, I guess Scipio Zug doesn't work because you have to have all archers for Zug. Alright, looks like Rolf wants to go again. I'm fine with that. I'll play one more. Seba, welcome to the stream. Yes, we hit 1K subs. Did it a couple weeks ago, and we've been clipping up the subscribers very quickly the last couple weeks. Do we have 5 people here? I kind of slacked off this week, to be honest. Because I don't know, there wasn't a lot of ROK content made this week. I had a war video that I know I'm gonna make. I had the time to make it, and I just slacked off and never even got started making it. And so, and this would have been like a really, really good week to, this would have been a very good week to, make like a quality video because there just wasn't that much ROK content out there. You know, people were playing that Grand Cross game. And, so I'm going to kite with the Nevsky. Kite City. Alright, I feel like he's kiting me better than I'm kiting him, to be honest. But I think I have better marches. So maybe I should have won this a long freaking time ago. I'm gonna put the stats on me just because I'm not able to really look away right now. Oh, so there were like a bunch of fights because some of these flags haven't even been capped yet. All right. Yeah, I kind of slacked off this week, in all honesty. I should have made a video. I did not make a video. It was a mistake. I could have gotten some subs and some good views on it. But hopefully I'll do some work on it this weekend. No, sir, I don't want that. Okay, so Fire Thief is here. Let's just do the Fire Thief. Alright, I'm first here. That's good. Let me give stats to this person. Alright, they are out thiefing us right now. We have the flags, though. We defeated the fire thief. We have the flags. Let's just kill these people, I think. I think we just killed them. Like, we already have all the flags, so... yeah, that ain't gonna work. Alright, I wasted my ult. That was dumb. Ugh. Oh man, I have no chance here. I'm just gonna run. Oh, someone else just showed up? Oh, I'm gonna go here. I probably should have come back here and fought. This was probably a bad play by me. Yeah. I targeted the Huo. Not sure. Not sure if right. Now I want to get on the XY. I'm getting on the Nevsky. Alright, so I want the Guan to heal, I want the Nevsky to heal. The Buddha needs to do something. Buddha can go. Buddha can be the difference maker at this fight. Perfect. Do that. Alright, Boudica did very productive stuff here. I'm proud of you, Boods. Now... okay, now there's a fight here also. I probably went a little... I probably did not use that skill well at all. That was stupid. I'm surprised that I can still put stats, use this stat skill, because like everyone has stats. Connor, welcome to the stream. Do I think SW has a chance against 89 CG? Yes, I do. 89 CG is not the best team in 2489. They're probably the second best team. So I think it's possible that SW can beat them. You know, my impression of SW's leadership, and I don't know really anything about it, but my impression is that it's Vortex and Fadi who are going to be the main shot callers for SW. And Rolf, nice one. I say we end it there. If I'm not wrong, we went 3-2. We'll take it. You know, if you go back with SW, right? I feel like back in the day, it was Negan and Chiskel leading SW. There were probably some others like Grubby, who was also heavily involved in sort of the like shot calling and being the final decision maker in war. Then they went to 1254, and it was a Ruz-led alliance. And so I don't know that we really know what a Cortex-led and a Fadi-led alliance is going to be like. You know, this might be the best leadership shot calling team that they have had. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see what this version of SW is like how they play, how organized they are. When you know, Chisel was streaming some fight last weekend, like after Chisel did the Justinian testing, this alliance over here broke out. This Vanaheim camp broke out over here. And Chisel was saying something on voice like Cortex was being like really like militaristic about getting people to like stay in a ball and not do their own thing. So, I mean, I think that we just don't know how organized SW is. I think in the past we have sometimes seen SW maybe under execute relative to their strength and their talent. And so I think it will be interesting to see what this new version of leadership is going to do in terms of performance. And I guess it's not just Cortex and Fadi. I guess it's also Peace and War Daddy Chad, who will also probably play a big role in leadership here. But yeah, I mean, I think SW can beat 89 CG. Oh yeah, check the report. Hero YSS. So this happened a few days ago. But here's Hera YSS, Fort Garrison, against the Nevsky Justinian, and it got destroyed. Yeah, it got destroyed. The rains are pretty bad. I mean, the rains just stop. Like, the problem is the rains stop and then the trade gets really bad. But yeah, that's okay. No, that's interesting though. Oh, the AoE. The AoE wrecked these dudes. So this report is misleading just because there's a lot of sloppy AoE deads, right? There's a lot of very sloppy AoE deads here. But you can see that swarming this garrison is doing okay here at the end. Yeah, it's an interesting report, but I think there's a lot of like weird stuff about that report. Oh, is it 10 minutes ago? Sorry. I was I don't do this European stuff, right? When I saw the 8, I was thinking it was August 8th, you know? I just saw the 8 as the first part of this date, and I thought it was August 8th that it happened. Alright, so that report just happened. We will go to this location for now. But I am gonna wrap up the stream here. Thank you, Rolf and Rodrigo and Rafa and Shiv for the COO action. That was fun. And I appreciate everybody hanging out. It was another very fun stream. I will be out with a quick Osiris League video later tonight, and I'm going to work on a war video over the weekend. Not exactly sure when I'll get that out because I do have a lot of work to do this weekend. Whereas last weekend I was complaining about no work, this weekend I'm going to complain about having too much work. But that is a good problem to have. And actually last weekend I went out and played poker, and I won a week's worth of work playing poker. So it kind of worked out anyway. And I have been having a lot of fun playing poker in the last couple weeks. So I'm planning to go to the casino again tomorrow night. Hopefully make a little side money there. Have a few drinks. Socialize. Sitting in a fluorescently lit casino is not exactly touching grass, but it's about as close as a weirdo like me does get to touching grass. Connor, I play I just play no limit. I just play 1-2 no limit. I'm planning to move up to 2-5 soon, but I'm just getting back into poker. I'm just sort of like seeing like where I'm at with my game. I want to see what happens when I run bluffs. Like when I run a bluff, do I get nervous? Does my chest beat hard? Do I flinch when an enemy when my opponent like sort of looks at me real quickly? Do I flinch when my enemy makes like a really like herky-jerky motion to try to get a read on me? I'm just sort of like playing 1-2 right now to see like if I have all the skills that I need to do well at higher stakes. I've been a successful poker player in the past, but I have not played much in the last 6 or 7 years. So I'm just like starting at low stakes and seeing where my skills are. And if my skills are high, then I know I can beat higher stakes. If my skills have flaws in them, then I'll just stay at low stakes until I can somehow fix those. The thing about giving off tells in poker is like you can both control it and not control it. Being unreadable in poker is really about just having full control of all the muscles in your body so that none of the muscles in your body ever do anything involuntarily that would give away strength or weakness. And so like on some level you have full control over it, but when you try too hard to control your body, when you tense up like really, really hard so that like no part of your body moves, then sometimes you can like flinch inadvertently, or at least I do. I sometimes flinch inadvertently when I'm trying really hard to control my muscles. So I just want to be relaxed and I don't know, just like let the game come to me, like make bluffs that are very, very smart bluffs so that then when the enemy is staring me down, I'm just going to be very comfortable anyway because the stakes are low, I can deal with the monetary swings, and I feel good about the bluff that I made. I just want to make a few of those bluffs, hopefully not give anything away, and then I'll know that my poker game is where it needs to be to beat higher stakes. But anyway, that's going to be it for this stream. Thank you all for hanging out. Dad Goer, have a good one. Honor, have a good one. Knight, thank you for the battle reports. I believe someone just subscribed to the channel. Let me take a look at that and thank that person. They are battling it out here at the level 7 passes. Morality Stream, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it. And I will see you all on the flip side.